Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everybody feeling today? It's Thursday and it's an absolutely gorgeous fall day here in Virginia. Absolutely beautiful. If you would like to contribute to the platform, please consider purchasing a badge. It makes a difference. Okay, if you're watching this video on YouTube, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, if you would hit the thumbs up, and you can consider tipping me there on YouTube. You can also tip me on YouTube by hitting those three buttons to the right of the screen. But today, I am going to give the much awaited 4 types of women. So about a week ago, I did a live on the 4 types of men. And so the men all, asked me, well, what are the 4 types of women? I had a couple people DM me and remind me, what are the 4 types of women? Because we want to know. You did the 4 types of men. I'm going to do the 4 types of women. And keep in mind, there are more than 4 types. These are the main types that I see. So this is like 90 to 95% of women fall under one of these 4 types. Same with the men. 90 to 95% of men fall under those 4 types. Thank you. Only one Court. Thank you for buying a badge. I appreciate you. Okay, so keep that in mind. There are way more than 4 types, but these are the majorities fall under these types. Okay, ladies, I want you to listen up carefully because some of you, while you may now be what I call traditional feminine hypergamous women, you may have fallen under one of these other types. Okay, so I myself am what I like to call, to some extent, a reformed nice girl. Right? I had some nice girl tendencies I needed to work on. I had some codependency in there and I needed to work on that. So, but by nature, I consider myself to be a traditionally feminine hypergamous woman. Like that comes very naturally to me. That's what I come from in terms of my mother, and her mother. That is who we are. But I had some nice girl tendencies in college and after college, and I had to grow out of that. So we are going to talk about the 4 types of women. Let me jump straight in. Number 1, the nice girl. Okay, so here's what you need to know about the nice girl. She is equivalent to the nice guy. The things that she does, right? She's a giver. She's the one who's, I'm just a giver. I'm just naturally giving and I like to help, is that girl. And she's going to do a lot for you. Like she's going to jump in. She's going to do a lot for you. She may cook for you, clean up your place. She may take care of your kids. She may be at your disposal, right? She is the nice girl. She may loan you money. She may let you drive her car. She's going to do all of these things for you. But here's the thing you need to know, fellas. It's all coming at a cost. She hopes to get something out of all this investment. So maybe she hopes to get a real relationship. Maybe she hopes to get a ring. Maybe she hopes that one day, you'll fully commit and you'll kind of give back. Maybe she hopes that maybe when she met you, you didn't have anything, you weren't about anything, but maybe when you get put on, she'll get put on. But everything that she's doing, it is in a sense transactional. She's hoping to get something out of it. She's not just giving and doing out of the love of her heart. She is deeply codependent. Nice girls tend to be very desperate. A lot of them don't have dads. A lot of them are fatherless or they have a poor example for a father. And they are looking to prove themselves. They're looking to earn love. So that is your nice girl. Okay. Thank you so much, Michael Big Ben 2410 for buying a badge. I appreciate you. Thank you. So that is your nice girl. And this is a large percentage of women right now. They are giving and doing, and they're claiming that they're, I'm a giver. I'm just like doing things. Trust me, it comes at a cost. They're not giving and doing just because. They're not giving and doing from the love of their heart. They want to get something back. They want to get something out of it. And so there's an agenda behind it. And I want you to be aware of that. So a lot of times men who aren't on their feet, who don't have their life together, they'll take advantage of the nice girl. because they're like, yeah, it's amazing. Like, she's helping me with my resume. She's helping me get jobs. She's helping me with my kids. She's getting my credit straight. She's helping me do this and she's helping me do that. And I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, you all are going to take advantage of that because it is to your advantage to be with someone like this. But what you don't realize on the back end is you're going to have someone that is incredibly resentful, incredibly angry, incredibly hurt. She's going to feel duped, so that's the thing with the nice girl. That bill is going to become due. And in my opinion, truly masculine men, they don't want a nice girl. Just like truly feminine women don't want a nice guy. Like truly masculine men do not feel that, they don't feel the challenge. They don't like the idea of a woman doing so much for them and putting them on. They don't like that. They want to make their own way in the world. They want to figure things out for themselves. And the idea of having a woman to mother them and cook for them and, update their resume, all of that feels yucky to them. They want to be the masculine provider. They want to be the leader. And so being with a woman that's going to provide that level of just overgiving, overdoing, like that's not attractive to them. So ladies, I want you to be mindful of this nice girl tendency. A lot of women, they make life so easy. But what you're doing is you're also, in some regards, you're weakening the man, right? He's never going to love to any higher degree because you've set the bar so low. So you need to raise your bar majorly. And I'm always telling women, I don't make it easy. I'm a puzzle to be put together. Okay. And it's not an easy puzzle. It's not a 5-piece puzzle. I want a man to feel challenged. I want to raise his vasopressin. Like that's what I'm about. And again, it's not something that I'm doing necessarily to, I'm going to make it hard on purpose. No, it just is who I am. Holding my standard means it's not going to be easy. So please be aware of these nice girl tendencies, okay? Because a lot of women have them. Number 2 is your boss babe or boss B. I'm not going to say the word. Your masculina. That's what we like to call her. Your independent woman. I have my stuff together. And that's how I'm getting my worth and value. That's, when I ask a woman like this, what do you bring to a good man? What do you have to offer? Well, I'm educated. I have these degrees. I'm a business owner. I have this title. I have these letters before and after my name. Like you're naming all of the things that you think bring value to a man that guess what? Men don't care about. That's what you're doing. And I have my stuff together and I own a home and that's what you're doing. And he thinking, I don't want none of that. I don't care about none of that. Not good masculine men. They don't care about any of that. They really don't. But you got a lot of them running around, right? So they have their degrees. They have their designer clothing and their bags and their cars and their houses and, all the things. They have their businesses. These women secretly think that they're better than you. And that's what men are picking up on. A lot of women, you know what they say? You're intimidated by my success. You're intimidated. No, here's what men are picking up on. You think you're better than me. That's the energy that men are picking up on, that this woman thinks she's better than me. And he don't want that. He don't want that. No, I'm going to pass. He wants to feel strong. He wants to feel powerful. He wants to feel capable and competent. The last thing he wants is to get with a woman who actually thinks she's better than him, smarter than him, more business astute or whatever. Like, no, thank you. That certainly does not feel good to a man. So that's what a lot of these women don't understand. It's the energy that they bring. It's the attitude that they bring. And a lot of these women, they're not used to being led. They're not used to being even partnered. How about that? They don't even want to be partnered or led. They want to do the leading. They want you to step into their frame. That's what men are picking up on. That's why men are saying, no, thank you. Not interested. Because I'm not trying to step into your frame. Not healthy masculine men. No, no, no. So you got that type, the second type. And those are in abundance. And unfortunately, I'm going to be honest, we've had a lot of our mothers and grandmothers that have created this type. They have created this type by saying, oh, I didn't get my education. I didn't become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever they wanted to be. I just worked a government job. I worked at the post office and I married your father. And, he was the breadwinner or he made most of the money or this or that or third. And so they want to live vicariously through their daughters. That's why they're have your own money, girl, and don't rely on no man, and all these messages that they're sending their daughters. And it has created this type of woman. What I tell my daughter, this is what I tell my daughter. Should you know how to, should you educate yourself? Precisely, you should. Should you know how to take care of yourself? Precisely, you should. Until you're married, you should know how to take care of yourself. You should be self-sufficient. However, if you are going to choose to partner with a man, that man should be educated. That man should want to step into the role of your provider and protector. Okay? That man you should expect that he's going to come in and bring everything that he brings. And you shouldn't fear that. Yes, if he makes more money than you, bravo. That's all the more better. But women, if I can be so frank, women are afraid of men that make more money than them. They automatically assume there's a level of control that comes with a man who makes more money than them. That is not true. I was married to a man who made millions of dollars. And I controlled our household. I controlled the paying of our bills and the budgeting of that money. So, it's not even a control thing. We are partners. And we have two totally different jobs. His job is outside of the house. My job is within the house. I provide a level of support for him to do his job. And so together, it is a beautiful dance that we do. But at no point in time, I don't understand this thinking, because at no point in time do I equate a man who makes more money than me with a man who controls me. I don't. And there's something going on inside of you. I want a man to make more money than me. I want a man to provide. I want to have the ability to work or not work. So I don't understand that thinking. I don't understand that mindset. That's all foreign to me. I want a leader. I want a man who knows more than me, who makes more than me, who teaches me something, right? And I'm smart in my own right. I'm astute in my own right. And I still want someone doing better than me, because that's called, I want to grow. I want to grow. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You know what the saying goes, that if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find another room. And that's true for a lot of women. They want to be the smart one. They want to be the high income earner. They want to be what they believe, I'm the one that's got my stuff together. And y'all are dating these men that, if I could be so frank, they're beneath you. But there is a level of comfort in that. Like, you know what? I don't have to grow. I don't have to stretch. I don't have to listen to anybody. I don't have to learn from anybody. That's really what's happening. You got to check yourself on that. But I just don't understand it. I never have. I've always reached up. I've always reached up to a man doing better than me. Every time. I'm like, okay, great. Okay, good. That's what I'm doing. I have no problem reaching up. But here's the thing. Boss babe masculina, here's the thing that you need to work on is that ego. That's a lot of reason why a lot of women can't do it, is because that ego. That ego will not allow you. I can't tell y'all how many times I put together an event, or I put together something in our home, whatever it was, right? And we have friends over, or we have family over, and my husband used to, oh yeah, and we did this, and look at this and that, and look at this. And okay. Like, if he didn't say, oh, Anita's behind all of this, to me it's implied. Like, my ego is just fine. I have no problem letting him take the credit for it. That's how well adapted my ego is. Like, I don't need the accolades and the praise and all that. I know who I am. I know what I do. I know what I'm capable of. But a lot of women, you all struggle in that department. And to me, it's rooted in your childhood. I didn't get enough praise. I didn't get enough accolades. I wasn't told I was beautiful or smart or whatever you wasn't told. And now you're going to make sure everybody know. Everybody know I did this and I did that. And look at my business and look at this, look at that. Okay, to me, that's an ego problem. You got to work on your ego and your self-worth and your self-esteem. I know what I'm capable of. Like I said, there's plenty of times my husband can take my apologies. I got a call. I don't know why. I'm on Do Not Disturb. But you got to check your ego. And that's the problem I see with the boss babes and the masculinas, the independent women. Their ego is completely out of control. Okay, completely. Like they're really struggling in the ego department. Okay, so you got to check your ego because that's a big part of just everything that goes along with that second woman. That, I must not have gotten told enough that I was smart or I was keen or whatever it is I could do. And now I have to prove my worth and value. Now I have to acquire things and prove my true worth and value. I don't need to do that. I know who I am and I know what I bring. See? Okay. So that's your second woman. Let's see. She can be emasculating. I wrote that in my notes. And it's unlikely that she is domesticated. That's the downside of the boss babe, masculina independent woman. She thinks being domesticated is beneath her. Knowing how to cook good meals, knowing how to keep her home clean, knowing how to wash clothes and fold them and put them up, knowing how to organize her home. She sees all that as beneath her. She really does. That's beneath me. Are you kidding me? I'm not doing any of that. And God help us, if she do get married, who's going to take care of her children? Who's going to cook nutritious meals for her children? Who's going to keep her children's clothes clean and their room clean and keep the house clean and the bathroom and the kitchen clean? So yes, ladies, that's a part of nurturing, is you're going to provide a home environment that's safe, that's clean, that has nutritious food for your husband, for your children. That's important. That's important. And we need to prioritize that as a skill more than all this other stuff. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going off. Okay. The third type of woman is what I call your feminazi man hater. Okay. These are your, liberal feminists. They have a lot of those views. They are the, big time. We want to do what men do and equality. And even if what men do is bad, we want to do that too. We just, whatever it is men can do, if men want to blow up their lives or leave their children, or if they want to go out here and screw around, we want to do it too. So forget the fact that it's not good for us. We just want to do it. If men can do it, we want to do it. That's this woman. You're feminist, man-hating. So deep down, secretly, she has been deeply wounded by a man. That man could have been her father. That man could have been her first boyfriend, second boyfriend, husband. She has been deeply wounded by men. She could have been sexually abused. A lot of these women have been sexually abused, been raped. And so they can't stand men. They can't stand men. Everything about them is, these men, and they're just so, oh my God. And we should be able, our body, our choice, and we should be able to do the slut walk, and I should be able to walk outside with no shirt on, and nobody should touch me, and nobody should, sexually assault me, and this and that. I mean, it's just, it's wow. Like I hear some of them talk, and I'm thinking, what? And I should be able to kill my baby from conception to 9 months. I should be able to, it's my body, and it's not even a real child until it come out of my body. I mean, they just be talking crazy. But these women exist. The good news is there's a lower percentage of these women. Like I do see feminists, these feminazi man haters. But it is a much lower percentage. Most women want to be with men. Most women don't despise men, hate men. Most women want to be with a man. So, but this is a smaller percentage of women, but these women exist. So you need to vet carefully. You need to ask some very pointed questions. And dare I say it, some of those questions are political. You need to ask questions about abortion. You need to ask questions about daycare. See, these women will reveal themselves when you talk about, stay-at-home moms and putting your child in daycare at 6 weeks. And y'all, can I be real? I'm gonna get on my political soapbox for a second. Putting your baby in daycare at 6 weeks is basically institutionalizing your baby. Your baby is being raised in an institutional setting, which is crazy to me. And we're not built for that. We're not born or built to take a baby that we've grew in our body for 9 months and at 6 weeks put it into a daycare system for 8-10 hours a day. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to get off of that. They are going to fight for degenerate equality. That's what I call it. They are deeply indoctrinated into the feminist dogma. They really do believe the things that this agenda is talking about. They will support other groups, and I'm going to leave it at that. So they are all for, we want equality. We want to be able to do what men do. We want to be able to make as much money as men and all of that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But it is this idea of we want to abandon the female part of ourselves. And let me say this can be kind of controversial. I think we're seeing a rise in female diseases and a rise in female cancer. So breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical. I think we're seeing a rise in all of these female conditions because energetically women have denounced their femininity. Women have turned away from their feminine side and they are very deeply in their masculine side. So it's almost like the body is just saying, okay, you don't need these breasts. You don't need these ovaries. You don't need this uterus. You don't need this cervix. It's like your own body is starting to eat itself alive. Oh, this is bad. Your uterus is bad. Your ovaries are bad. Your breasts are bad. Oh my God. Okay, well, let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it because you don't need it. You're so deep on your masculine side. And we're seeing a rise in infertility. I mean, it's insane, but how do you explain all of this? The rise in infertility. I had a woman come in my office, 32 years old, and she was struggling with fertility. And my grandmother had 10 children. She started having children when she was 20. I think she had her last child when she was 42. But that's unheard of. That women, back in my grandmother's day, got pregnant at 50. Naturally pregnant at 50. They had to be very careful because, again, they embraced being a woman. And guess what? They had their time of the month until they were 50. I apologize. I don't know why I'm getting all these calls in the middle of the day. But yeah, these women fully embrace being women. And today's woman, not so much. Not so much. So it's like a curse. It's like a curse to them to be a woman. I don't understand it, but that's just me. All right. Your fourth woman is, of course, your traditionally feminine, healthy, hypergamous woman. Okay? So she embraces her femininity in all of its glory. She loves being a woman. She knows her role as a woman. She has her ego in check. So she understands that, yes, she can submit to the healthy leadership, of her husband, of her man. And she has no problem doing that. She has no problem, letting her man lead. She has no problem letting her man protect and provide. She does not feel bad about a man giving and doing. She does not push that away. She fully expects it. She is in her goddess energy. She knows what she brings to a man. And even non-sexually, she knows the value that she brings to a man. So it's not all about sex. It's not all about her body. It's definitely not all about what she gives and does. It's not about her money. It's not about her education or anything like that. It is energetically her very being. She understands that that's what she brings to a good, healthy man. And again, she's not rooted in ego. She knows who she is. She has high self-esteem. She has high self-worth. And she's nurturing. She's loving. She's creative. She's passionate. She's playful. She's fun. And I want you to think about these qualities, ladies. Do you embody these qualities? She's peaceful. She's emotional and feeling. She's very deeply feeling. And she has no problem bringing those feelings to a good man. Michael 923 Cooper says, I'm blessed with a wife like that. We were talking about this with some other couples just last night. Great stuff. Yeah, you are blessed. You are truly blessed because these women are in the minority now. So whereas, in the 80s, when I was being raised, most of my girlfriends were like this, the 80s, the 90s, and then definitely in my mother's day, most of the women, I want to say 80 to 90% of women were like this. Like they knew what their role was. They knew what their power was. They didn't want to be men. They didn't want to step into what men were doing. Excuse me. They knew that they had power all on their own. So they didn't need to go out and try to be men and do what men do. No, thank you. Think about this, ladies. The one thing, and there's many things, but let's talk about the few things that you can do that men cannot do ever. Men cannot do ever. There are things that you know how to do that a man cannot do ever. And yet you're more worried about doing what men can do. No, I'm not worried about doing what men do. I'm focused on my side of the street, which is men, there are things that I can do that y'all can't do. Ever. That's my power. And I wish more women focused on that. Number one. Every person that will come to the earth will come through the womb of a woman. Every single one. I want you to really think about that. Every man and every woman will come from the womb of a woman. Okay, we will physically house that person for 9 months. We will birth that person out into the world. We have the ability to feed that person from our body. Men will never do that. And I want you to mark my words, never. So all of you all who think, well, science, I don't care. The God I serve will never allow a biological male to house and birth a child. That will never happen. God in his great design knew what he was doing. And ain't no man that God created gonna outcreate God. Like that ain't gonna happen. So, yeah, women, we can birth a child. We can house that child and birth a child into the world and feed that child from our body. That is pretty amazing. We have a cycle. We bleed every month and have a cycle. And I'd like to see a biological man do that. You can't. So, ain't gonna happen. And so, ladies, if you simply focused on the power that you have, you will be that much further. But no, you don't want to focus on that almighty power. You want to run out and do what men do. Because to me, men are already doing that. What I need to do it for? Why I got to do it? If men are already doing that, let me focus on the thing I can do that men can't do. So step into your power. A lot of women, y'all have no idea how powerful you are. And yet, you won't step into it. He said it's pseudoscience that says a biological man can give birth. Yeah, it's crazy. It ain't never going to happen. And I'll use the word never. It ain't never going to happen. A biological man is never going to bleed every month. He's never going to have no 21 or 28 day cycle. And he's never going to give birth to a baby. The so-called men today that are giving birth to babies are biological women. Again, what I keep telling y'all, critical thinking. Stop being spoon-fed everything they're trying to feed you. If you just sat with your own thoughts, common sense would have its way. But a lot of you can't do that. But I digress. All right. Those are the 4 types of women. So I wanted to share that with the men. I'm going to give you a bonus, gentlemen. And that's only because it's 2023. You ready? You get a bonus woman. And this woman is incredibly rare. She's incredibly rare, but you should be aware of her. The 4th woman is what we call the Instagram baddie, the OnlyFans girl. Okay, so the Instagram baddie, OnlyFans girl, that's your 4th type of woman. She is deeply wounded. Okay, she needs constant validation, constant attention, and that's for men and women. So it's not just men that she getting the validation. It's women too. Oh, girl, look at you, girl. Oh, my God, you look so good, girl. Oh, my goodness, look at your hair. Look. So even women giving her validation. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. She is incredibly insecure, has low self-worth, low self-esteem. She is lost. She does not know who she really is. She counts on other people to tell her who she is. Oh, girl, you sexy. Oh, girl, you this. Oh, you that. I don't know who I am. I'm counting on other people to tell me who I am. I don't know. What do y'all say I am? That's who your Instagram baddie OnlyFans girl is, okay? She can't think for herself. Like I said, she's addicted to attention, and she's a follower because she's not going to think for herself. She's going to go along with the trends. She's going to go along with the fads. Whatever everyone else says she is or what she should be, that's what she's going to be. She is completely lost within herself. She doesn't know who she is. So you got that woman. She's a very small percentage of the women that I know and that I see, but she's out there. This girl is also possibly sexually abused, seriously neglected as a child. She tends to be more on the avoidant side. She's on the avoidant or fearful avoidant side of the security attachment dynamic. So she can separate between her feelings for a man and using men transactionally. She's really good at that. She sees men as a means to an end. So not as a comforter, not as a protector, not as, a source of comfort for her. She sees men as a financial source. That's it. That's all she sees men as. Men provide for me financially. And they buy what I'm selling. They have accounts on OnlyFans, and they pay me and they tip me. And this is the same woman who's the stripper. This is the same woman who's the escort. This is the same woman, who's the sex worker. All of these women are in this category. They don't know how to have genuine relationships. They are deeply avoidant. They don't fall in love, fellas. You are a means to an end. Okay? And these are the women, okay, that, they're the ones that's making the list of where they can't go. Remember what I said the other day? This list of all the places that she can't go on a first date is these types of women. So they're not interested in you. They're not interested in connecting with you. They're not interested in falling in love. They're interested in what you can do for them. So be very careful with this type of woman. This woman is crafty. And let me tell you, she got all y'all men beat. You think you F-boys and you guys that be out here using women and running game? No, she got you beat. She runs circles around y'all. Okay? This woman is cold-hearted. And honestly, she has reason to be, because she is deeply, deeply wounded. Okay, she's been wounded in her childhood. She's been wounded in her young adulthood, and she has just cut that part of herself off. Men are a means to an end. Okay, it's not about loving you. It's not about supporting you. It's not about any of that. You are there for her and what she needs out of you. That's the only reason you exist, and don't you forget it. Okay? So she will tend to date older men. She will tend to get flown out and go to these places like Dubai and all of that, she's a sugar baby. She's with older men because all men are to her is provision, is financial gain. That's what a man is to her. A man is not there to protect. A man is not there to comfort. No. He's simply here to meet my financial needs, period. Okay? So be very wise of this last girl. And for the ladies, y'all see these girls and you're thinking, oh my God, they get all this attention. They have this fabulous lifestyle and this and that. These women are deeply wounded, deeply scarred. They are nothing for you to feel jealous about. If you only knew, if you only talked to the girls that I talk to, if you only knew what their stories were, you would not envy them. I know I don't. I mean, I never have, but now that I've actually heard their stories and worked with them, I'm like, oh, Lord, no. Like, it's nothing to envy. So to all you ladies who thinking, oh, these girls are winning, and the BBL girls and the OnlyFans and the Instagram baddies and all, they're not winning. They're not winning. And for the men who want an Instagram baddie, you want one of these women, right? Because you feel like it gives you clout. Just having one of these women on your arm gives you clout. But here's the thing that you're going to have to swallow and swallow whole. You mean nothing to this woman other than what you can do for her. She don't care about you. She's not in love with you. And she's not here to support you. You here to support her financially. You're here to give her the lifestyle that she wants. That's it. So don't get it twisted. If somebody better comes along, if somebody richer comes along, she will be gone. Okay, so just like how people leave their job, they could have a great job and you thinking, oh, they're going to be loyal to the job. They've been here 10 years and they're a good employee. Let somebody else come along with a better job. And that person going to leave that job and go to the next job. That's what this woman is like. So tread lightly. Tread lightly. Okay? If you would like to find a woman that actually cares about you, that actually wants to know you, wants to connect with you, that actually wants to build with you, that wants to partner with you with the hope that you will become a masculine provider. So let's say you're not there yet, but the hope is that one day you will be. You want a traditional feminine woman. Okay, that's the woman that you want, a healthy feminine woman. That's the woman you want to get. That's because I'm going to be real. This woman, while of course, she expects that you are doing the best you can with the life you've been given. So it's not all about money, but at the same time, she does expect for you to do your best, for you to do the best you can financially and all the way around. But she will build with you. She will bond to you. She will be connected to you. And so that's why when men say, oh, all women care about is money. Not traditionally feminine women, no. What matters most to us is the bond, is the love, is the care, is the character of the man. Those things are priceless. And guess what? A lot of the times that the men that we choose, they do happen to have money. They do happen to make good money. But it is certainly not at the top of my priority list. I was asked to boil down to three things. Three things. I had another coach ask me to come up with three things that I absolutely must have for my man, my husband. What are those three things? And money was not one of those three. So right there, that's what feminine women know. Money is not at the top of the list. Money was not number 2. Money was not number 3. When I think about the three things that I need from a good man to win my heart, to win my time, to win my effort and my love, it was not money. Because I know how overrated, money can be. And I'm not pushing money away. I'm not asking to marry a bum. So let me be clear. but it is not the priority that men think it is to traditional feminine women. Okay? All right, all right. I can't pronounce your at, but she says, from the 4 types of guys, is there a 5th type of guy similar to the Instagram baddie? I would say the F-boy. The F-boy is similar to the Instagram baddie. He needs constant attention, constant validation from women. He has low self-esteem, low self-worth. He gets his self-worth from women. He gets his self-esteem from women and playing games with women and women chasing him. I would say the F-boy is, that's the equivalent of the baddie. The guy who just ain't about nothing, the Peter Pan. I consider the F-boy the Peter Pan. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid, that guy. He don't want to grow up. He don't want to be responsible for anybody or anything. He just out here. He just out here living, screwing, whatever, barely making it. It's the F-boy. But he needs constant attention, just in a different way. He may not be posting on Instagram and doing all that mess, but he will use women. F-boys will use women. They will target women who are older or women who have money. So I would say the F-boy is the equivalent of the Instagram baddie or the OnlyFans girl, sugar babies, sex workers, and the like. That's kind of the equivalent. We must be financially responsible and a good manager of finances. Agreed. And I would ask that a man be generous more so than being rich. So I don't require that a man be rich. I do want him to be generous. I want him to be a good manager of what he does have. That's really, really important. So, of course, and I'm never going to discredit, I'm never going to tell a woman to marry a bum. I wouldn't tell my own daughter that. Do not marry a bum. Do not marry a man who has nothing. But I'm not going to lie. If he has a vision, if he has a dream, if he has a fire in his belly, if he has ambition, and if he has goals, and if he's actively out there, doing something, okay, I would tell her, all right, that's your dark horse right there. That's your dark horse right there. You put your chips down on him, and 5 years from now, he's a winner. 10 years from now, he's a winner. That's what I think people like LeBron James' wife, people like that, where they got with a man and he wasn't doing what he's doing now, but he's doing big things. That's called a dark horse. Ladies, you need to find your dark horse. Okay? You need to find a man who, while he might not have everything your little heart dreams of, he is capable of getting it. Find your dark horse. All right? 402 Marine says, can a masculine man be ticklish? I mean, anybody can be ticklish. So, yeah. I don't think that's a trait of not being masculine, but yeah, anybody can be ticklish. All right, so I hope this was helpful. If you are interested in the 4 types of men, I want you to go into my platform. I think it's like the 5th or 6th video down. And check out that video, the 4 types of men. This is the 4 types of women, and I gave you a bonus. Okay, so gentlemen, you might want to steer clear of any woman other than the traditional feminine woman. Okay, because these other women, and I know some of y'all are with nice girls, and you like that because, the benefits are amazing. But see, what you don't understand, on the back end, you're going to get a whole lot of headache. You're going to get a whole lot of headache with the nice girl. So in my mind, it's just not worth it. Okay? You want to find yourself a traditional, feminine, hypergamous woman. These women will challenge you. They will bring out the best in you. So if you want to be your best, this is the type of woman you need to be with. If you want to, skate around and, do things the easy way, sure. Get yourself a nice girl. Get yourself a boss babe masculina. She'll take care of you. But I'm going to keep it 100. Feminine women do not take care of men. Feminine women don't mother men. Feminine women don't pay men's bills. We don't pay your child support. We don't do any of that. Okay? We are not easy to obtain. That's what a lot of men don't like. Is that, oh my God, Anita's not going to go half on this date. No, I'm not. Oh my God, Anita's going to expect me to show up emotionally. Oh my God, Anita's going to want me to put time, energy, and effort into getting to know her. Yeah. Yeah. But I want you to consider that to whom much is given, much is required. So anything that's worth having is worth, actually putting in work for. But if you're not that dude, I want you to get one of these other women and go on about your business. Stay away from traditionally feminine women. And quite frankly, you don't need to stay away from us because we're going to see you coming a mile away. I see men that's on that other list coming a mile away. So no, thank you. No, thank you. That's okay. I'm gonna figure out very quickly when you try to push against my boundaries, when you try to get me to do things that, I'm not going to do. I'm like, you know what? We're not a good fit for each other. That's it. I'm going to send you down the road, send you on your way. All right. If you're coming in on the end, feel free to watch the replay. I will be posting it to my page. Thank you so much for joining. To everyone who purchased a badge today, I love you. I thank you. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button so we can get into the algorithm. And I am going to start setting up a schedule to go live over on YouTube. I'm going to start posting on Instagram when I'm going live on YouTube. I'm going to do some questions and answers once a week. I'm going to just teach on a topic once a week. But we're going to be live over on YouTube at least once a week. I'm just trying to pick the day that I'm going to do it. I'm trying to figure that out. Okay? All right. I will see you all later. Have a wonderful day. And as always, stay open to love.